So this is an Italian live-action 2-hour film about one of the most famous puppets of all time, directed by Matteo Garrone. And Geppetto is a down-on-his-luck carpenter who is given a piece of magic wood from which he shapes a little puppet who comes to life. And Geppetto is played by Roberto Benigni from Life is Beautiful, where, again, he plays a dad who tries to keep his little boy entertained throughout the terrors of World War II. And he also wrote and directed and starred as the title character of Pinocchio in 2002. So this is a story that he knows inside out. And he really is the heart of the film, as with most things that he's in. So when Pinocchio is kidnapped by a puppeteering circus and then tries to make his way back to his babbo, that's what you hear, this plaintive cry throughout. Oh, it's heartbreaking. We don't see Geppetto for a really long time, and that connection, which is so important, just sort of vanishes along with the heart of the film. And it stumbles upon the challenge of how to make a block of wood convey emotion, because the makeup and the prosthetics on this little boy, played by Federico Ilapi, does a fantastic job at making us believe that you'd get a hollow sound if you knocked on his head. But like with last year's The Lion King, our failure to emotionally connect is the film's inability to portray any facial nuances or expression. And with the Disney versions of Pinocchio and The Lion King, the eyes and the eyebrows of the young heroes are so vital, aren't they, in how we respond to their plight. So when we can't see them emote, there's a genuine disconnect. I find that really frustrating, actually, in that sort of animation. I understand that Garrone is trying to do something completely different. So if you don't know him as a director, he did Gomorrah, which is about the mob, the mafia, and also Tale of Tales, which is like a portmanteau of these absurd, weird, mini fairy tale films, one of which I think Toby Jones turns into a flea, like an enormous flea. Like, it's just another level of surrealism. And because it's that theatrical world, it does feel very beautiful. Like, you're in a beautiful... The cinematography is gorgeous. Nikolai Bruel has just crafted visually something really interesting and different. And the first half hour is pretty joyful as Pinocchio gets himself in and out of various scrapes, and he manages to sort of elevate himself as someone really special with some of the characters he meets, including a talking cricket whose advice he steadfastly ignores, a beautiful fairy, and a snail who lets him ride around on her shell. And the effects kind of remind me of Guillermo del Toro's Pan's Labyrinth, a child in a nightmarish world where friend and foe aren't easy to distinguish. But like I said, it is over 2 hours long, and after a while of Pinocchio just getting himself into trouble again and again and again with all of these meandering set pieces, we sort of find ourselves in this never-ending limbo of escapades with no one to anchor us. So I missed Geppetto, I missed the conscience, and I missed the fun. It can't be for children because it's a PG, but there are some pretty terrifying scenes, including a hanging and a drowning. Like, I would definitely exercise caution. So yeah, it's a mixed bag, this film. It's in Italian, and I think it's available either with subtitles or dubbing, and I will so judge you if you watch this dubbed.
Noted. And also hire more donkeys for serious dramatic roles.